Okay, hello everybody. Today I'm going to talk about human resource management. Today's topic will be the introduction of HRM. I'm going to talk about the trends, challenges, and competency models about the HRM. And I'm the professor of National Zhongzheng University. Also, I'm the dean of the College of Management. And here's my brief introduction of myself. And I started talking about the trends of the human resource management. Actually, at this moment, or currently, the trends shaping future workplace will be reskilling within organization, a focus on skills over jobs, emphasis on soft skills, greater use of AI and automations, also remote and hybrid work, and an emphasis on continued employee growth. How come those are the trends? Because the World Economic Forum's The Future of Jobs report, according to the 2023's reports, 47% of jobs will be replaced by machine, and existing roles will need to undergo transformations. 所以我来个点来也
没关系，我剪掉就好。
啊，这样剪掉就好 ，OK。好聪明哦。
我把它剪掉就好。
所以可以接下去了。
对，你就接下去。
Okay. So according to the World Economic Forum reports, the Future of Jobs reports, 47% of jobs will be replaced by machines, and existing roles will need to undergo transformations. Also, 50% of all employees will need to reskill by 2025 due to ongoing technology advancements. So therefore, the sub-trends will be shaping the future work will be the reskilling within organizations, a focus on skills over jobs, and emphasis on soft skills, greater use of AI and automations, and remote and hybrid work. Also, emphasis on continued employee growth. The 10 trends the trends in HRM actually will be artificial intelligence and automations. As you know, the AI will be the current trend for the world. So therefore, the HRM also will be affected by the AI and automations. Some works will be repeat tasks will be replaced by the automations, and some jobs will be by using the AI will be done by the AI. And the remote work and hybrid models, according to the COVID-19, so there's a companies start to work from home. I mean, people start to work from home, so there's a remote work and hybrid work styles. And also at this time, the organizations need to face the employees' well-being issues and their mental health issues. And the other one will be the so-called ESG, the issues. So that will be the diversity, equity, and inclusion. So the workplace and workforce will be focused on those three issues. And also in the technology advancement, so the data-driven HR will be the trends. And the other part will be continuous learning and development. That means for the people, just as I said, the reskilling means we need to continue improve and continue learnings and develop our skills. That is the reskills. And employee exercise and engagement. And the other one will be HR technology, digital transformations. And also the sustainability and CSR, corporate social responsibility, will be the trends for the futures. So those trends that will be included in those kind of, we will say the VUCA world. The VUCA world, that means in this area, we need to face some volatile uncertainties, complex and ambiguous. So we need to, facing those trends, we need to have some listening, emphasis, and sensing skills. We need to try hard and learn from failures. And we need to have correct directions. And we need to have some options and suggestions to face those ambiguities. So, and that's a business school's needs, but I'm not going to talk about that. That's just kind of for business school. But actually, if you are an employee, you need to thinking about we need to become a not just a specialist. We need to become a generalist and also versatilist. So that will be the trend for the business school also. And when I'm going to start to talk about the human resource management, I'm going to talk about the management process first. The management process has five kinds of steps. The first one will be a planning, the second one will be organizing and staffing, and leading, then controlling. So we need to have goals and plan how we're going to do the job, and then we need to have organize our people to do the jobs. And then we need to thinking about where our people will go to what place. So that will be staffing. And then we need to have managers to be a good leader to lead our employees to do the right things. And then we need to check our employees' performance. That will be the controlling. So that's a management process. And then I'm going to talk about why the human resource manager is so important for every managers. Because we try to avoid personnel mistakes. If we are not going to do the HRM correctly, then maybe we need to hire people again and again and again. That would be a waste of time and money. So if we try to avoid personnel mistakes, then now we need every manager need to know the HRM. The second one, to improve profit and performance. Of course, if we do the HRM correctly, then our organization will be having some profit, certainly. And you may spend some time as an HR manager. I'm trying to say you are not go for the HR person, but if you are the managers, sometimes you will be the HR managers. Sometimes if you are big companies, then you become the HR person, or in the small companies, maybe sometimes you need to do all things that will be include HR. And you may end up as your own human resource manager. If you know the HRM, then maybe sometimes you will become human resource managers. So that is so important for every managers to know the human resource management. And then, so I'm going to talk about the line and staff aspect of human resource management. What is a manager? The manager means you have authorities. The authority is the right to make decisions, to direct the work of others, and to give orders. Managers usually distinguish between line authority and staff authorities. So in the companies, maybe you are work for in the marketing department, and you are the marketing managers. That sometimes there will be line managers. So the line managers, as a line manager, the line authority give you the right to issue orders. So as a managers, you can just order, what kind of products I'm going to sell, what kind of advertisement I'm going to do. So that will be the line authorities. But as a staff authority, give you the right to advise others in the organization. That means if you are the human resource managers, you need to tell the marketing managers based on the laws or based on the policies, what kind of person that you can hire, what kind of things that you can do. That will be the staff authorities. So it doesn't matter whether you are a line manager or a staff manager, you need to know the HRM. And so the line manager's HR responsibility will be include the following, like placing the right person in the right job, starting new employees in the organization, training employees for jobs that are new to them, improving the job performance of each person, gaining creative cooperation and developing smooth working relationships, interpreting the company's policies and procedures, controlling labor costs, developing the ability of each person, creating and maintaining department morale, protecting employees' health and physical conditions. All those line managers need to know how to hire the people, screen the people resumes, and how to train the people when the people come to your departments. And you need to thinking about how to improve their productivity or their performance when their work is not expect like what you want them to do. Then you need to train them and try to fix the problems. So that will be the line managers, HR. So all those things are HR's responsibility. All those things are line managers' responsibility to communicate with your employee, to tell employees the policies and the procedures and the laws, and of course you need to control the labor costs for companies' good. Okay. And that is the basic schools for the futures. So I'm not going to talk about that. Just know the basic school also have HR issues. You need to consider it. The so-called HRM, here's the major part, important part. When I'm talking about human resource management, most of the time I'm going to talk about two perspectives. The first one will be the strategic perspective. The second one will be the partnership perspective. Everything in HRM, you need to think about strategic plan. So strategic perspective will be from company's view to see whether I'm going to using this kind of functions or not. That will be the strategic perspective. The other one will be the partnership perspective for the HRM. The so-called partnership perspective, that means when you're doing some HRM functions, you are not just only doing it, you need to thinking about who is your interest group, who's going to be affected. So when I'm talking about a partnership perspective of HRM, that means every policies or functions of HRM, you need to thinking about whether my employees will be followed or not, whether they like it or not. So that will be the partnership perspective. So all the HRM functions that I'm going to talk about later will be followed by those two perspectives. Okay? And that's the famous one, the wheel of HR activities. HR wheel. I will say that will be the HR wheel. This HR wheel is from McLagan. McLagan from the 1989. He has a model for HRD practice, and he just distinguished the HRD and HRM. But actually, his definition is based on the HRD here. But the other part will be the HRM functions. So you can see from the development parts, there's a training development, career development, organization development. For other HRM functions, here and here, that will be organization, job design, selection, staffing, performance management, human resource planning, and compensation benefits, HR information systems, and union labor employee association. So all HRM and HRD altogether will become the HR wheel. But in the middle of the circle, here is the HR result. What is the HR result? That means productivity, innovation, quality, fulfillment, readiness for change. Basically, I will say those two. Here's the circle in the middle. HR result has two main points. Okay, that will be the increased productivity and increased well-being. So here's the wheel of HRM. And so what is HRM? HRM is including intellectual capital, social capital, emotion capitals. What is the intellectual capitals? Intellectual capital means professional knowledge, upskilling, cognitive ability, and the capacity and willingness to learn. And the social capital is about the relations. So it involves networking, relationships with colleagues and clients, trustworthiness, and overall behavior. And the emotional capitals, that means self-confidence, ability to take risks, resilience, and ambition. So HRM, that means human capital, that means intellectual capital, plus social capital, plus emotional capital. So some other standards, the HR challenges at this moment, we need to think about leadership development. You're thinking about how to measure of employee effectiveness, how to do the learning and development, how to do the succession plan. So here's what all we are talking about. Some standard challenges include talent acquisition, retention, managing workforce diversity, employee engagement, motivation, managing organization change, compliance with labor laws and regulations, technology, and automations. And the very last one, that will be the competency models. As a HR people, we need to have some competencies. So I'm just going to talk about, here's the triangle. The triangle talking about 4 kinds of competencies. The first one will be business mastery. The second one will be personal credibility. And the one will be change mastery and HR mastery. The business mastery, that means you need to have a sense of business. You need to have a business acumen. You need to have a customer orientation and external relationships. And for the change masteries, you need to have interpersonal skills and influence people's problem-solving skills, reward systems, and innovation creativities. And HR mastery, you need to do the staffing, performance, rewarding, communication, and organization design. As an HR person, the personal credibility is the most important part in the meetings. That will be, you need to trustworthy, you need to have a personal relation, you need to have some value and some courage. So above all is what I'm today is talking about, the introduction of HRM. Thank you. Okay, section 2, that will be the strategic human resource management. And the outline will be what is a strategic planning. Second one, types of strategies, manager's role in strategic planning, and what is a strategic human resource management. And 5th, strategic HRM example. 6th will be sustainability and strategic human resource management. So that's a part 2. And part 2, the first part I'm talking about an introduction of HRM, and this part I'm going to talk about strategic HRM. So before I talk about the strategic HRM, I need to talk about what is strategic planning. And strategic planning, a strategic plan is the company's overall plan for how it will match its internal strengths and weaknesses with its external opportunity and threats, in order to maintain a competitive positions. So when we run companies, we need to have a strategic plan. That means we need to have a goal that we are going to make money, so we are going to, as a non-profit organization, try to help people. So we need to have a goal, and after we have a goal, we need to have a plan. And for those plans, we need to have steps to follow, and then we can achieve the goals. So that will be the strategic planning. So we need to thinking about what is our strengths, our weakness, and outside what kind of opportunities we have, or what kind of threats that our companies have. So after you're thinking about and you measure all those weakness, strengths, and opportunities and strengths, then you can have a good plan. So that will be the strategic planning. And what kind of strategies we have in the companies? There's 3 kinds of strategies. The first one will corporate level strategy. The second one will competitive strategy. Third one will be a functional strategies. For the corporate strategy, we need to identify the portfolio of business that in total comprise the companies and how these businesses related to each other. That will be the corporate strategies. So the corporate level strategies will be concentration, diversification, vertical integrations, consolidations, geography expansions. The corporate level strategies have all those kinds. And for the competitive strategies, a strategy that identify how to build and strengthen the business long-term competitive position in the marketplace, which is also known as business level competitive strategies. Back to the corporate level strategies. The concentration, most of the time that will be the single business. The companies just focus on one product or one product lines. For those kind of product or those kind of product lines, they concentrate on what they do, like the WD-40. That kind of rubric for the oil, renewable oil. So that's one product. That will be very narrow. The market will be narrow, but that will be very concentrated on the market. And the diversification, that will be a diversifying your products. What is a diversified? Just like Pepsi. Pepsi, they have they are the drink companies, but they do have some for Frito-Lay, the chips. They have the other products that will be the chips. So they enlarge their product lines from the drink to the chips. So that will be a diversification strategies. The third one will be vertical integration. The vertical one, that means you just like an Apple. Apple, they are like they sell the computer, they sell the iPhones, and then they have their own Apple store to sell their products. That will be the vertical integration. Consolidation, that will be like a downsizing, that kind of strategies. For geography expansions, like TSMC, they have a base in Taiwan, and right now they have a base in Japan and the United States. So that will be the geography expansions. So this kind of strategy, sometimes it just follow their company's goals. So that will be the corporate level strategies. For the competitive strategies, a strategy that identifies how to build and strengthen the business long-term competitive position in the marketplace, which is also known as business level competitive strategies. So there's a corporate levels and business levels. Business level will be competitive. And the competitive strategies, there's three kinds of competitive strategies. The first one will be cost leadership. The other one is, the second one will be differentiation. Third one will be focus. Like Walmart, most of the time it's just kind of as a cost leaders. So every product in their supermarket, they try to say, okay, I'm the lowest price. So that's that, and then they become the cost leader. So that is their competitive strategies. And as like a differentiation, just like a Volvo. The Volvo, they stress on the safety. So you cannot see very fancy kinds of cars for the Volvo, but you can see the very safety one. So they may not very beautiful, but they are like very safety. Is what they are talking about. So they kind of differentiate their customers. As those people, they try to have a safety net, but not really care about the outlier. So that will be the differentiation strategies. And the third kind of Bugatti. Bugatti is the focus. The focus is on those kind of it's kind of a racing car. So the people like driving the racing cars. So they have a specific focus for these people. So that will be the focus strategies. So they are not just trying to have a generalized for the generalist, for the normal people. They specify for those like the racing cars people. So that would be the focus strategies. All those are standard competitive strategies styles. And functional strategies. A strategy that identifies the growth activities that each department will pursue in order to help the business accomplish its competitive goals. So the strategy, you can see there's a corporate levels and business level and the function level. The function level just like marketing or the products or the human resources or finance, all those kind of function as a functional strategies. And what is the managerial roles in strategic planning? Devising the company's overall strategy plan is top management's responsibility. However, few top executives formulate strategic plans without lower level managers' input. That means even you are the top managers, you need to listen to the lower levels managers or your employees' voice to make a decision, to have a good strategic planning. So that's manager's role. Okay? And what is strategic management? Strategic human resource management. Okay? We're talking about human resource management, and then we're talking about strategic management. And I talk about human resource management, I'm talking about strategic perspective. So when we do the HRM functions, we need to think about strategically. How to do the strategic plan to do the HRM. So that is a strategic human resource management. Strategic human resource management, that means formulating and executing human resource policies and practices that produce the employee competencies and behaviors the companies need to achieve its great aims. So when we do the HRM, you need to think about what is the strategy that I'm going to use. Like I have I have a lot of money, so I can use the high salary to hire people, or I don't have that much money, so I need to, and then I can use the total compensation strategies to hire the people without the high salary, but some other kind of benefits is suit for them, so they're willing to go to your companies. So that would be strategic human resource management. That's just one kind of examples. So thinking about what you have and what you don't have, what is the opportunities, what is the threats, and to decide what kind of HRM strategy that you're going to use. That is a strategic human resource management. So the example, strategic management, HR improves the company's bottom line with its knowledge of how human capital affects organizational success. So there's some kind of examples, wage and salaries, just like what I said. You cannot give your employees the high wage or high salaries, but you can give them some benefits instead. So you can just using the middle wage and plus good benefits, and then you may have some talents willing to go to your companies. Or you can using the lower salaries with a lot of a package, including your bonus, including if they have a good performance, then I can give you the really good the annual return, the bonuses. So you can using all those kind of strategies to set up your HRM functions, and then you may just need to pay a little amount of the monies, but you can using other benefits. So that's one kind of examples. And so benefits specialists can reduce the company's cost associated with turnover, attrition, and hiring replacement workers. So thinking about what's your company's position, or like if you are the small companies, you may try to just hire the experienced employees instead of newcomers. If you are a small company, you want to in a short time and become a bigger one. So that's a strategies. So thinking about what kind of strategy that you are going to use is the example. And the very last one, sustainability and strategic human resource management. Sustainability and strategic human resource management. How come we're going to talk about sustainabilities? Because at this moment we have a climate change, and there are some DEI issues, diversity, equality, and inclusion issues. There's some corporate responsibility issues, and the diversity workforce. So we need to listen to those kind of minorities, or the women's voice, or other some disadvantaged peoples, or even in the mature people or older people that get into the workforce. So all those kind of DEI issues that we talk about is sustainability issues. So when the HRM is facing those kind of challenges, you need to thinking about what is our policies and practices, and we try to reduce the discriminations. We try to produce employee skills and behaviors that are suited for those kind of sustainability goals. So that is the sustainability and strategic human resource management relationships. Okay, I'm done with this one.